represent any kind of highway hazard. Tamara. This funeral is for a woman named Helena Barleen, she said. 33, married, no children, resident of Daly City. Killed 2 days ago in an accident near Westlake Park. What kind of accident? Hit and run, red light runner, one witness. Driver caught or ID'd? Not so far. Witness able to describe the car? Sport job with racing stripes. He thought the driver was a woman. No help there. Was she financially secure? You think Troxell was her financial consultant? No way. Family was $19K in debt, every credit card maxed out. Some kind of personal connection? Doesn't look like it. They didn't move in the same circles. What did you come up with on the two women yesterday? Ellen Carswell, 39, beaten to death by a estranged husband in her North Beach apartment. Antonia Ruiz, 52, widowed, shot during a holdup at a convenience store in South SF. Violent crimes. 3 cases, 3 female victims. Right, Tamara said. But that's it on the similarities. Different ages and ethnic backgrounds, income brackets about the same as Helena Barleen. And I suppose Troxell had no apparent connection to them either. Not that I could find. Well, hell, I said. Maybe he just gets off on funerals. A closet mourner? Better that than some of the alternatives. Like talking to aliens or waving his dick at school kids. Or worse. That death by unnatural causes angle makes me a little edgy. A lot of people fascinated by violence and its effects on other folks. To the point of attending unknown victims' funerals? Same principle as hanging around homicide scenes. Possible, I suppose. Anyhow, she said, the man has no history of violence or mental illness. Encouraging, but not conclusive. Might be something else in his background. I'm still digging. Make it deep, I said, and we rang off. The procession was entering Colma now. I sighed. Cemetery. Next stop. There are a dozen or so boneyards in Colma, ethnic, denominational, non-denominational, all attractively landscaped and well-maintained, with restful and respectful atmospheres. But not if you've been down there 3 times in 2 days, and not if you find the practice of burying the dead personally distasteful. I like cemeteries even less than I like funerals. Cremation and a respectful scattering of the ashes in a quiet place is my choice. Kerry's, too, fortunately. The day before, the destinations had been Hills of Eternity and Holy Cross. Today it was Olivet, and that put me in an even bleaker mood. Olivet Memorial Cemetery was where Eberhard, my former friend and former partner, was interred. The day of his planting being the last damn time I'd been out to Colma until yesterday. The surroundings brought it all back, not only the burial ceremony, but the way he'd died, and the painful circumstances that had led to his death. I stopped behind Troxell's BMW and the other vehicles parked along the edge of the road, got out of the car, and walked around at a distance beyond where the remains of Helena Barleen, hit-and-run victim, were being laid down. I thought maybe a little exercise, the cold slap of the early June wind, would help me reinter Eberhard in his memory grave. Wrong. Now that his bones were out, they kept right on rattling. I continued to pace, watching Troxell and the huddled gathering around the gravesite. The wind made enough noise in the trees so that I couldn't hear any of the minister's words or any of the sounds the weeping woman made. But I could see their faces and the movements of their mouths, and that was bad enough. Troxell hadn't joined the group at the grave. As on the previous 2 burials, he stood off at a distance, stock still the whole time, with his hands deep in his coat pockets, his narrow face void of expression. He didn't know or suspect I was there any more than he had the day before. Eyes only for the casket.